So in my last video, somewhere in the middle, I had mentioned what a basic test looks like, what the pattern looks like. You land on a page where you want to perform the test. You perform some action on the page and then check if everything is working as expected. This has nothing to do with Playwright or any other framework. That's just how testing works. This pattern is what we will be following to write our own test. So in the previous video, I actually did not show you what the app looks like. So let me just take you through the app once. I'll start the server by typing in pnpm dev. So we come to this login form here. I'll type in user and password. Once I click on login, it will take me to this page. I can add items test1. I can remove the item and I can log out back to the login page. Our focus here is mainly on Playwright, so I've kept this app as simple as possible. So let's get on with our first test. It will be very straightforward. We'll test the authentication flow. I'll create a new file inside the test folder. I'll call it auth.spec.ts. Inside this file, we'll import two things from Playwright test. One is the test function and the other one is the expect function. So this test function is used to declare the test, whereas the expect function is used to make an assertion. When you perform an action and you expect something to happen on the screen, that's when we'd use this expect function. So I'll declare the test by using the test function. Inside this function, you can pass in two params. The first one is the name of the test. So let me call it login. The second param is a function where you'd have your test logic. So all these tests that you write here run in an isolated environment. So in this environment, we might need access to a few things. One of the things being the instance of the page itself inside which we'll run the test. This page instance is required for us to simulate an action on the page. Any interaction with the web page that you can think of, like clicking a button, selecting or focusing input fields, uploading files, all these interactions come under actions in Playwright. We'll look at a few common ones as and when we work with tests, but do go through the docs if you have any specific requirements. So to perform these actions, we'll need the page instance. This page instance comes under this umbrella term called fixtures. In general, a fixture is an add-on that's attached permanently to something as a structural part, like for instance, plumbing fixtures that you see in buildings. Similarly, in the context of Playwright, fixtures are attached to each test environment, giving it everything that it needs. The page argument tells Playwright to set up the page fixture and provide it to your test function. So let me add the page fixture here. There are other contexts as well that give you access to more properties and methods. For this test, we only need the page fixture, so let's stick with that. I'll come back to these other fixtures when we get to use them in our app. So using this page instance, we'll first go to our page. So page.goto, and I'll just pass in the URL for our app. Once landed on this page, we'll look for the input fields and fill in the correct username and password. To locate an item on the page, there are like 10 different ways to do it. Sometimes I feel it's unnecessary and it gets overwhelming to have all these options to do the same thing. But we'll go with the easier ones because it doesn't make sense to make things complicated for no reason. So I'll check for input fields or text boxes with name as username or password, and I'll fill it with valid inputs. Once this is done, in similar fashion, I'll look for the login button and run the click method on it. We now assume that we have been redirected to the to-do list page, and to validate this, we'll check if the to-do list title is present on the page. If that is the case, then it means everything worked as expected. Our login/authentication flow was successful. So await, expect. So this is what our first test looks like. We go to the URL, locate the input fields and fill them with the correct values. We locate the button and simulate a click event. Assuming that we make it to the to-do list section, we look for the title and expect it to be on the screen. So let's just run this. I had added a script to our package.json to run the tests. I'll use the same script. So I'll open up a new terminal, and inside here, I'll just run pnpm test. You can see that it's running 9 tests now. So this is the first test. There were 2 other tests inside this example file, and all these 3 tests are being run in 3 different browser engines. So 3 times 3, which is 9. I don't see any errors, so it means that the test ran successfully. Let's check the report. Let me actually add a script for the report command as well, because we'll use it quite often. Or instead, I can actually have a common script for Playwright in general and add the commands at the end. So yeah, let me try that. Instead of having a specific command for test and then for show report, I'll just have pw, which is all the commands that we'll have for Playwright, and it will run this particular section. We'll pass in whatever we need after pw. So I'll save this and pn pm pw. Now if I want to test something, then I'll just add test. If I want to use the show report command, then I'll do this. Hopefully this works. Yeah, this works. Now inside this report, firstly you'll see that the test ran on all 3 engines. The test from the example file also got executed. If I go inside one of these tests, you'll see all the steps that were undertaken when running it. If I change the logic a little bit, so if I set the valid username to be user1 instead of entering user, I enter user1, and then I rerun this test. Let me do it once again. Instead of show report, I'll do test. This should now fail because our logic expects a hard-coded value for the username. It expects user instead of user1. Yeah, you can see here that the test failed. If it's difficult for you to read it from this terminal, you can directly go to the report and debug it over there. So we'll wait for this test execution to finish. And once it's done, yeah, it will automatically open the report for you. And if I open any of these tests, this is where the test failed. So it was not able to find the to-do list title because it never went beyond the login section. Since the username was incorrect, the authentication itself did not work, which is why we were not able to get to this section. So yeah, we do get very informative errors here, and it becomes a lot easier for us to debug and then fix our test. So this is fine. Everything works as expected, but we can make this whole experience a little better. Firstly, it does not make sense to run all the tests every time. So if I want to run the test only from this file, I can pass in the name of the file at the end. So let me just clear this. And now if I want to run the test only from this auth file, I'll simply do pnpm pw test and pass in the name of the file. This time you'll see that it will run only 3 tests. So 3 engines running this login test. So that is how you would isolate your tests, by passing in the name of the file. That is one way of doing it. Now sometimes you'd also not want to run these tests on all the engines. If that is the case, then you can pass the project property and set it to a specific browser engine. So I'll use the same command from the previous run, pnpm pw test auth.spec.ts, and this time I'll just pass in the project option and set it to Chromium. Now you'll see that only one test will be executed, and it's for this Chromium engine. If you want to do this on a global level, just go to the Playwright config file. There's the project section, and you can simply comment out whichever engines you don't need. So for now, let me just comment out Firefox and WebKit. And if I just run the test without this option this time, it should still run only for the Chromium engine. There are a couple of other ways to run specific tests on the terminal, which you can see here on the screen. And obviously, just like any other thing with Playwright, there's one more special way of doing it. You can use the VS Code extension. You'll find it in the extension store. So I'll go here and search for Playwright, and you'll find this topmost extension, which is verified. It's from Microsoft, and I already have it installed. So you can just go ahead and install it. Once it's installed, you'll ideally see this beaker icon on the left. When you click on it, it gives you all the tests that you have inside your project. So inside the source folder, we have the test folder, and there are 2 files. One is the auth file, which has a login test, and the example file has the dummy test that we get out of the box. So if I want to just run this login test, I can simply click on this run test button and it will do that for me. We'll explore what all these actions do here, what this button does here in the next video, but this tool definitely comes in handy and it's very powerful. So now while running the test from this VS Code extension, if I go inside my file, it will also show you how long each of these actions took to execute. So if I rerun this, next to each of these actions or steps, you will see how long they took to execute. So the navigation took 180 milliseconds, locating the text box and then filling it with user took 106 milliseconds, locating the password field and filling it with password took 28 milliseconds, and so on. It gives you the total time it takes to run this test. So it's a very solid tool that lets you test your files conveniently. I definitely recommend this to anyone who's trying to include Playwright in their project. So yeah, that's a lot of information for this video. I'll stop here. Now, even though everything works as expected, there's still a visual element that's missing. I would want to look at how Playwright runs the test on this application step by step. I also expect to have control on going forward and backward on these steps, just like a debugger. This comes out of the box with Playwright and it'll genuinely change how you write and interact with tests going forward. So we'll take a look at this in the next video. If you have any doubts regarding this, please do put it in the comments. Also do subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next one.